Okay, this isn't going to be the more exciting part. I know you're all waiting for the food prep part, but I want to talk a little bit about the planning of the menu. So on average, some of the parties I'm going to be doing next week are going to have 60 to 70 people. Other ones are going to have 30 to 40. But I wanted to keep it simple because there are different groups each night. So I'm making up one larger menu and I'm going to duplicate it over the 3 different nights. This way it makes it easy. It's easier for staff when they're coming in because they kind of know what the same menu is going to be. And I'm making it diverse enough that that just about everybody who needs a bite to eat before they go into the movie will have a chance to try something. Meaning, I wanted something sweet for those who have a sweet tooth. I want to have something that is at least 1 or 2 options that are gluten-free. I want to have at least a couple options that are vegetarian. I want to have at least 1 option that is vegan. I want to have something that is healthy, something that is not so healthy, and I'm trying to take some of my greater hits from the back in the catering days and kind of changing it up into maybe something a little bit more of a twist. So I got a bit of a blend of everything. So I've got a couple of things that are sweet. Those are done. I've got the mini pork tacos, roasted pork in my slow cooker. Just got to figure out all the toppings for that. If you didn't see it on Instagram, I did post a little video as a good party tip about making mini taco wraps, which is kind of cool. I'm going to make my own little spin on fish and chips because we are in the north after all. I am going to also make sure that there's something in a different serving vessel or looks different. So for those of you who've come to parties I catered in the past, you'll know that I used to be really big on soup shooters. And one of the reasons for that is that it's something that can be savory, you can serve it warm, you can have a chilled soup like a vichyssoise or a gazpacho or something like that. It's kind of cool to see it. People who have never seen a soup shooter tend to get disappointed when there's no alcohol in it, but they get over it pretty quick. But it's just something different that shows on a buffet as opposed, or on a tray that's being passed around, as opposed to just something in a little cup or on a plate or something. So always do something in a shooter cup. I'm going to do something that is prepared on site. So I'm planning to bring my wok and my bamboo steamer. So I'm going to steam something on site because that's kind of cool for people to see the actual process behind something. And it's kind of easy. You can kind of make them as we go along, and this way we're not steaming things too quickly. I like to have something in a different kind of vessel. So this one I'm gonna do a salad. I gotta make a note of that. I need bigger wine cups for salads. So salads, little salads. No one ever thinks of serving salad as an appetizer necessarily, but if you do something that's got a small dice, that's small bites, something that's already pre-mixed, you can put them in little cups with little baby forks, and that's great for those who are health conscious. You can still wander around and mingle, and you won't end up wearing it, which is kind of a bonus for all appetizers and parties. I'm also going to do something in I got that display unit I showed you in the last video. I've got these little plastic disposable cones that I'm going to put something in, and I'll talk about that in a second. And I've also got classic little mini plates that are disposable, and I got little picks for them. So hopefully I shouldn't have to bring in my large white plates for these events, just because for catering, the less you have to transport, the better. So things that are lightweight and easy, and as much as I'm really big on recycling and no waste, I will make sure that we have some kind of a blue box or whatever there to collect all of the plastic stuff. So all you environmentally friendly fans out there, don't you worry, I'm not going to bombard us with it without recycling things. And then the other thing that I want to make sure of this year, because I never really got a chance to do this in previous years, I really want to make sure I'm using a lot of local suppliers whenever I can. So big shout out to ClickFork. Online. I love the fact that it's like going to a farmer's market without having to leave my coffee and my jammies in the morning, and I got to choose I got chicken, and I got beets, and I got veggies, and I got ground beef, and I got a bunch of things. And it was a matter of me just placing the order, and then I picked my pickup date, went in and backed my truck up, and got everything all in one shot. So it was quick and it was easy, and I get to support 4 local farms. So that's one of the benefits of using something like ClickFork. But it is also a farmer's market today, so I might make an appearance down there as well today. And I also need to have one more that I think is gluten-free on my little list, and that is the recipe that I'm going to work on via video. So I'm a huge fan of things that have a lot of aromatics, so I'm going to use lemongrass. I think that it's not just underused, but I think a lot of people don't know how to use it. You can use it in hot stuff. You can also use it in cold applications. So I'm thinking of like a lemongrass chicken something or other. And then I was thinking, because it's gluten-free, I might do something in a rice paper roll, kind of like a summer roll. I've got some vermicelli, rice noodles. I've got a lot of fresh veggies that I can kind of throw in there. I think it's very pretty, it's light, and it's going to be, I think, a bit of a showstopper. And if I can figure out how to roll that rice paper into a cone shape as opposed to the classic roll format, I think it's going to fit in those little plastic cups that I bought, which is pretty silly that I'm so excited. I'm actually designing something just to go around those little cups that I bought. But that's part of the fun of doing catering. So I'm heading out shopping, hoping to stop at the Thursday Farmers Market. So if you're there, make sure you come and say hi. And make sure you support your local businesses and your local farms and your local food producers, because they are kind of the backbone of most communities, and we produce great products here, so it's about time that we kind of show them off a little bit. So I'll see you when I get back from shopping.